Children are raised to believe that their parents know what's best. Unfortunately, some of the golden truths coming from our parents are just myths. These were passed down from generation to generation and no one ever questioned them. Now, a lot of those so-called facts have been debunked thanks to human advances in research and science. Here are the top 20 lies you still believe. Nope, you can sit just as close as you like. No worries there. In fact, according to vision experts at the Will Vision and Laser Center, watching TV doesn't cause any permanent eye damage. The blue light coming out of the screen could cause slight eye strain, and blue light has the same effect on your eyes, regardless of where you sit. Just put this one down as another scary lie all parents tell their kids, now debunked by science. Experts at Harvard conducted several studies that compared arthritis rates among people who never cracked their knuckles and thus who did it habitually for years. They found no raised risk of arthritis in the knuckle crackers. Of course, frequent knuckle cracking can reduce grip strength, so maybe it's a good idea to keep the habit to a minimum. This frequently told lie is probably rooted in the interesting fact that babies don't digest gum well, but that doesn't mean that a pile of swallowed gum lies rolled up inside your stomach. It just means your body doesn't fully digest the gum before passing it out with excretion. According to scientists at Yale, because of its low nutritional components, gum does take slightly longer than other foods to digest. However, they also confirm that gum will definitely be out of a human body within 7 days. We totally could have had cake for breakfast. Alright, maybe not really, but it was not because the cake was gonna make us hyper. This well-known fact was proven time and time again to be an old wives' tale. Recent studies show that children's behavior did not change whether they had been fed sugar or not. What did change parents' perception of their child's behavior? Parents let them have that cake. Whether making faces at siblings or goofing off in public, kids should be allowed to cross away as much as they like. There are 6 muscles that allow eyes to move in all directions, and looking in any one direction, including toward each other, won't cause them to stay that way. Crossed eyes can, however, result from disease, muscle, or nerve damage. This ultimate yet most amazing fact is reminding us of our days back at school. As soon as the 10-year-olds heard the familiar sound of Yankee Doodle, the Entertainer, or some other iconic tune being played out in the street, you probably grabbed whatever change you had around and ran outside. Some kids had the most amazing parents who convinced them the truck's music was a sign that the ice cream truck was out of ice cream. This one was obviously a lie. In reality, those parents just didn't want their kids to have any more ice cream. This story may have been around for hundreds if not thousands of years in many different cultures around the world. The specifics of the tale vary, but the basic storyline is the same. The story is used by all parents who aren't yet ready to explain to their children how babies are born. The story narrates of a stork who carries a bundle of joy. The bird either leaves the bundle on a doorstep or drops it down the chimney. The story may be a lie, but it's certainly a poetic one. This urban myth is why we had to wear awful hats in the winter. This misperception was based on a study that included multiple factors. These factors led to skewing the end results of the study. Countless follow-up studies have disproven the idea, so what's the real reason behind the myth? Well, in cold weather, the head is one part of your body that's most likely not covered up. The myth was probably fabricated to make people cover up properly, so do wear a hat. But be sure to wear pants and a jacket as well, and all those warm wintry things too. That tongue map we've all seen different variations of, totally bogus. While some taste buds do taste certain flavors more strongly, they aren't located on a specific side of your tongue. Science experts at Smithsonian confirm that this one is not a scary true story but a lie. A number of experiments indicate that all areas of the mouth contain taste buds. Also, several parts of the tongue, the soft palate, and the throat are sensitive to taste. A famous frog once said it's not easy being green, for toads too have a bad rap. And you'll have to think of some other reason why your son can't have a pet toad, because this one's out. In general, children are more likely than adults to get warts as their immune systems have yet to build proper defenses. But nobody ever contracted a wart from handling a toad. As little kids, we believe everything our parents say. When reality comes knocking at our door, we realize that some things our parents said might not be true. Parents tell white lies or whoppers in an attempt to protect children from the harsh realities, delay difficult conversations, or to have a little fun. These lies also include family-related, including fabricated tales about heroic uncles, mysterious second cousins, and aunts and grannies possessing supernatural power. Young bookworms who wanted to stay up past bedtime and read their favorite stories with a flashlight were always warned. Reading in the dark would damage their eyesight. But according to eye doctors at Harvard, reading in dim light doesn't cause any serious medical condition. It does tire the eyes and cause strain, which can mean a bit of a headache. So it's probably a good idea to read with some decent lighting. Dealing with the death of a family pet is never easy. It's no surprise that when the sad incident does occur, parents often tell children that the dog, cat, hamster, etc. went to live happily in a better place. They even tell tales of how that special place is like a heavenly farm, with plenty of wide open spaces to run and fresh air. Telling this story is easier than discussing with children the emotionally strenuous concept of death, but the farm story can force parents to create more fabrications after children start making requests that they will be allowed to visit the pet on the special farm. Here is another story parents often make up to keep kids from lying. As they grow older, kids fully realize that their nose will not grow out like Pinocchio's after fibbing. Interestingly, there's a bit of truth behind the age-old idea that the nose can give away a lie. Researchers have recently found out that noses actually heat up after a lie due to activity in the brain's insular cortex. Parents have been known to try anything to convince their kids to eat more veggies. One common tactic used by parents is suggesting that vegetables grant superpowers. It is true that vitamin A-rich carrots are good for eye health, but seeing in the dark, that's going a bit too far. This myth may have its roots in the urban legends. Now that's something to be truly amazed of. After a school art project or gaining mastery over a cool new magic trick, many a parent tell their kid he is the most talented, intelligent, creative child on the planet. With the exception of a small percentage of children, this claim is mostly untrue. But you can't blame someone for wearing the proud parent goggles with their kid. Positive encouragement is great, we agree, but from time to time, it's healthy to tone down the praise a bit. That's right, you heard us. North isn't really north. To explain this one, we're turning to urban legend and physics experts Raymond Surway and Chris Wool. A small bar magnet is said to have north and south poles, but it's more accurate to say it has north-seeking pole and a south-seeking pole. In light of the above, we conclude that the geographic north pole of Earth corresponds to a magnetic south pole and the geographic south pole of Earth corresponds to a magnetic north pole. Mind officially blown. This whopper has been around for ages. Even in the 1908 book Scouting for Boys implores young swimmers to wait 90 minutes after chowing down or a drowning will be your fault. Well, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, your folks were lying. Just finish swallowing your food before jumping in the water to avoid accidental choking. You'll be safe. The hour-long mandatory wait was probably fabricated to give parents a brief reprieve from lifeguard duty. To discourage the kids from peeing in swimming pools, parents often perpetuate the lie that there's a special chemical added to the water. The chemical, according to the parents, turns bright red, blue, or purple if someone pees in the pool. Anyone who's ever taken an emergency leak inside a pool knows there's no such thing. That said, mixing urine and chlorine may actually be harmful, so there is definitely a bright side to this lie. this one seems a bit cruel and has no doubt been a part of many of children's playground dares. You may have a hard time keeping your eyes open when you sneeze, blame the reflexes, but they won't pop out of your head. Blood pressure behind your eyeballs may slightly increase when you sneeze, but it's definitely not going to increase as much as a level that would cause your eyeballs to come flying out. Did you learn any of these lies in your childhood? Which one of these lies do you still believe? Let us know in the comments section. Like always, if you enjoyed, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing. Until next time, do take good care of yourself.